to protection. Okay, right, so we're live now. So this is a 1 hour special every Friday. So those that have been on a lot, I mean, this is our 41st guest, Valentina. So we'll come to Valentina in a minute, right? So we had Simone last week. So Simone was our 40th guest. So that was a milestone. So, and some of you are kind of regulars, so we see you each week, and then others new. So if you're new, just to show of hands, those new people, that's the first time. No, Pete, yeah, definitely not Pete, right? Okay, right. You get people say joking as we do this as well. Right. So there's a few people here that have been guests as well, so there are recordings somewhere. If we could dig them out the archives, if you wanted to see theirs. So this is all about spotlighting the featured business. So the featured business can be anybody. You don't necessarily need a business to be featured. We just want to get to know the people, primarily the ones that are in 𝗏𝗏𝗏. And if you're not in 𝗏𝗏𝗏 already, then an opportunity to join. And Johan, maybe Johan, you just want to just mention quickly about 𝗏𝗏𝗏.
Sure. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏, the new and unique ecosystem for the entrepreneurship ecosystem. I think we need a new social media with a little bit more trust and accountability and consequences for bad behavior. So we really want the good people in there. We think entrepreneurship is the future of work. So entrepreneurship is at the core of what we do. And also there's way too much duplication of effort. So we're trying to bring across the right people and making sure that we can connect in a trusted environment between trusted people to create more collaboration and complementing services to create synergies instead of duplication. So yeah, we have a couple of people in here already. We have Victoria, Marjolaine, Marta, who is also representing 𝗏𝗏𝗏. So it's great to have you here. I will only be able to stay for half an hour, but the rest hopefully will stay longer. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them across. And I think James has also sent you an invitation into 𝗏𝗏𝗏, because that's the base for being able to get in. So looking forward to seeing you and discussing further with you going forward. Great to see so many people from the past who have been participating many times, and so many new people. Excellent.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that. So it is quite a tight 1 hour. We can go over, but in the essence of time, I don't like to keep people longer if they don't want to be longer. So we need to get to the guests shortly. But before that, as I said, we normally have our singer that kicks things off. So Emily, over to Emily. So Emily sings every week a different song, normally with a different person. And even with kids, she does a camp with kids, and she got them to sing one of the other times. So that was great fun. So Emily, to kick this off, maybe introduce yourself and the song you're going to sing.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Emily. I have a creative arts business here in Switzerland. I'm originally from England, but living in Switzerland. And I teach kids music and hold holiday camps and themed birthday parties and organize children's events. So today I'm going to sing a song by Adele. Actually, it's by Bob Dylan, but Adele covered it, and now I'll cover it.
Excellent.
Right, technical issue. All good. Is that okay? Can you hear?
Yeah,
Does it sound
yeah.
okay?
That's okay.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love.
Woo!
When the evening shadows and the stars appear,
Bravo!
Thank you.
Another excellent song.
Thank you.
Right.
And where can we find her?
Yeah, she's here. She's here next door in the other room. No, yeah, Emily.
Tune in every Friday.
Emily, where are you?
I'm in Lausanne, in Switzerland.
Awesome. No, I mean, where can we find your music as well?
Oh yeah, I will put a YouTube link. I will actually do it this time. Put a YouTube link on the conversation, on the event. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, wherever you put it, I'll post it and make sure it's in the right places that people can see. Okay, so thank you very much, Emily. So Emily kicks it off every week, so a different song, normally a different place and with a different person. So thanks, Emily. And so, without further ado, we'll move on to our guest before she falls asleep.
No, come on.
Right.
It was amazing. Thank you very much, Emily.
Right. So, just to let people know, if it's your first time, so we don't normally ask questions as we go through, because I'm steering the conversation so we can get to a point that when we're kind of at a point that we can ask questions, then unless Valentina wants to ask you questions as we go through, then we open it up. So if everyone's on mute, if you have something that's really urgent, then put it in the chat or raise your hand or something. People kind of come and go because of other commitments. People might drop off or join, so don't worry too much about that. And yeah, I steer the conversation. So the way we do this is that we want to know about not just the business, we want to know about the person behind the business. Because it's important, like, why are they doing that business? Because a business can change, but we want to know the person behind that. And to me, that kind of brings out the authenticity of the person as well. And it's nice to get that emotional connection with the person and see how we can help them on their journey as well. So with Valentina, it's something quite different because she is a startup. She's got a great story to tell. I've got lots of notes here, so I'm going to steer that and things that are going to create a lot of curiosity and some wow effects as well. So we'll go through it like that. And then we kind of open it up to questions a bit later. So we want it to be interactive. So you can ask a question, you can interact, you can share experiences. And then also there's an opportunity at the end to all connect with each other and continue that journey and follow each other. And we'll talk about that later. So without further ado, because you're probably bored of me talking already, right? And also, if you haven't been a guest, you can be a guest. As I said, everybody's welcome to be a guest. And some people, just raise their hands, those that have been guests already here. Right? See, there's been a few already. And who is going to be a guest already? All right, okay. Paul always says yes, but he hasn't booked it yet.
Oh, right. I would love to someday.
All right, okay. And Dominic, yeah, because we would like to know your story as well, because Dominic is also a startup, so I want to hear your story. So anyway, the spotlight is now on Valentina. So Valentina, right, maybe you can pronounce your full name, because I will screw it up like I do with everybody's. Right?
Okay. Yes, I can. And so my name is Valentina Ballén Castillo.
Right, and if you just take us back to a little bit about who you are, so you don't have to disclose how old you are, and you don't have to share anything that you don't want to share. So if I'm going down a track that you think avoid, then we'll steer away from that. So Valentina, tell us a little bit about you and where you're from and kind of your background.
Yes, okay, well, I am from Bogota, Colombia. I am 22 years old, and currently I am in Switzerland, in St. Gallen, working on my startup, as James mentioned. I am from the region, the capital city, but my mom is from Santander, that is another region more in the north. And yes, I have also strong roots from that part. So yes, it's the typical Latino soul. And then currently I am more in the field of being in Europe. I really like the culture here. And I have already lived in Germany for 1 year. and I really like the culture. I can also speak in German, so for those who can, that will be also cool. What else can I mention about myself? Yes, I like to play the piano, to dance. I love that. And everything related to nature, like camping, hiking, rafting, or skiing, those activities, I really like them. And yeah, the things that excite me the most are like places with nice views.
All right, wait there a minute. So you're married with 3 kids?
No.
Ah, okay. The notes must be wrong, right? So you're not married?
No.
But you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
All right, okay, and no kids? Right.
No kids.
So you grew up in Colombia, and Colombia, I mean, maybe just to share a bit about it. I mean, Colombia has kind of the more affluent places, and you have some really poor places that lack any sort of kind of Western technology and even energy, right?
Yes.
So you came from a part that was obviously a bit richer, and you had the opportunity then. What made you decide? Because you actually, before we go there, you got brothers and sisters?
Yes, I have one young sister.
And she's in Colombia?
Yes.
All right, okay. And yeah, you're very much an outdoor person, so you've done lots of camping and stuff, and you like the outdoors. And it's a common thing, because speaking with a lot of previous guests, outdoor activities and outdoor sports and camping seems to be kind of everything that everyone mentions. I mean, we obviously outdoor people, and I guess Colombia is a great place for the outdoors.
Yes, definitely. There is a lot of different environments. We have jungle, desert, big mountains, like everything you can find it in there.
But you're also a thrill seeker. You like heights.
Yes.
You like to be on top of things, looking down.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
So there's, I mean, in Colombia, there's lots of places that you can be up high and experience that.
Yes, there are quite big mountains. Actually, there is the biggest one is like 5,000 meters.
Wow.
Yes. But yeah, we have no seasons as here. And then it makes it like, yeah, the weather depends on how high you are.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, used to being up mountains then. So in Switzerland, you did the skiing in Colombia or not?
No, it is not possible to do it.
All right. But you did skiing here in
Yes.
Switzerland?
Yes,
So-
first time was in Germany, but then here I have it done twice as well.
All right. So what's it like adjusting then from the climate? I guess it was pretty warm where you were in comparison to being here now, particularly in the winter time.
Definitely. Yeah, but Bogota is not that hot. We are like 19 degrees as average. But yeah, if you go to the coast, there can be like 36 degrees the whole time. So.
All right. Okay. So also, besides camping and things like that, outdoor activities, you also do sports as well, outdoor sports. And tell us about that.
Yes. Yes, I really like to do volleyball. When I was in the school, that was like the sport that I practiced the most. And also I was doing cheerleading in the school. Yeah.
Cheerleading for volleyball? Or
No, cheerleading was not for any sport. Was like
any sport?
A contest, yes.
Ah, you weren't like your local football team or something, like cheerleader?
No, but it was like an official competition for just cheerleading, not for another team as football or something. No.
All right. So if Entness needed a cheerleader, you can train the other girls in Entness to be cheerleaders?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. We'll just move along from that one. So also diving, you're a diver as well.
No, not professionally. I have just done it once, but
Yeah.
I think it was one of the best experiences I had ever had.
All right. Okay. Because Jan is a diver, aren't you? Where's Jan? Oh, yeah. Yeah. He would like to give up his job and just be a diver. You're a diver, Jan?
I was a diver. I stopped it, paused it about 14 years ago.
All
But
right.
happy to retake it up again as soon as opportunities arise. So I had about 300 dives or 350
Wow.
dives when I stopped.
Wow.
So yeah.
But that is around the world or all in Switzerland?
No, it was all. Oh, yes. Switzerland was a trading ground. So you know, if you look at Switzerland and diving in Switzerland, then you know that's, I would call it to some degree you can call it extreme diving, because you always dive in cold water, so you need to have the right equipment for it, and you have bad visibility, so you need to get used to it. Then you can enjoy the warm waters. So we did diving in Mozambique, we did diving in South Africa, we did diving in Middle East and Bali, and so several places.
Yeah, I did it
in California.
Yeah, I did it in Curacao actually.
Okay, yeah. See, that was on the plan. Then things changed.
Yeah, actually walking out from the beach and then just going into the sea, like naturally, just keep going.
Yeah, that's nice
and warm. But anyway, back to Valentina, right? So if we want lessons, we have to come with Jan. Right. So you also like music, lots of different types of music. And you're a musician as well.
Yes, well, actually, it was hard for me to choose my career because I also thought about studying music. Yeah, it was really hard to decide, but then I decided to make it as a hobby and keep it, doing it parallel with my studies.
Right. So you play the piano?
Yes.
Yeah, my son was playing a minute ago, and I was telling him to be quiet. But, right, Johan, you have to go. Okay, all right.
Bye.
See you later. Right, so also you've got a delicacy that you like coming from Colombia. There's a certain delicacy that you love.
Sorry, a delicacy?
Yeah, food.
Yes.
Something, maybe we'll just ask the audience if they know what it is, right? So you like to eat something, right? Yeah? Is it from a certain region or is it just general?
No, it's from the region of where my mom is coming from Santander.
All right, and it's a delicacy there. I mean, people love it.
Yes, no, actually there's many people that doesn't like it.
All right, but you love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Right, can anyone guess what it is? Anyone? Right. A delicacy?
Is it a snail?
Sorry?
Is it a snail? Like a snail? Slug?
Oh yeah, we've got the answer already.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely right. So tell us what you eat then that you love.
Yeah, I eat ants. They are called hormigas culonas in Spanish, and it is like this size, and they are like rarely found. There is a specific type that is only in that region, and yeah, for catching them, it is only one time per year that they go out of their how is that called in English?
Nest,
yeah, yes, and then it is a whole tradition to catch them, and then you put them in a pan and toast them with some salt and oil, and then you eat them.
Sounds delicious.
Yes, it is. Believe me.
But you love it.
Yes.
I guess as you grow up with it as a kid, you get to like it.
Yes, I think so. But for example, my sister, she doesn't like it, and she grew up with that as well.
Yeah, I don't particularly fancy it.
Yes.
Have you tried it?
No.
You don't fancy it. You try it. Very bold, Valentina.
Well, have you, Pete?
No, I'm mortified by the idea, but I would have to try it, I think, before I could say I detest it.
No, I think I'll give it a skip. I'll stick to chocolate.
Valentina, I wanted to ask you, if you were to compare the flavor or the taste of it with anything that we are more familiar with, what would it be?
Yes, I was also going to say that. It is like nuts, like, yeah, it is the most similar thing I would say is nuts, like peanuts.
Okay, like nutty flavor.
Yes.
I have tried them, and I could say that it's like popcorn. I don't know if it's the same for you, but it's like
Yeah, actually, it
that
can
feeling.
also be compared to that. Yes.
Great, thank you.
Oh, okay, right.
Oh, Anna, good job.
Yeah,
There you go,
lovely.
Pete. Popcorn for you.
I think if
Watch
someone,
the movie and eat these ants. That would be fabulous.
yeah, I can
Meet
imagine.
up.
Imagine going to the cinema in your region and you've got a bucket of popcorn or a bucket of ants. Right?
Yes. Great idea.
Okay, anyway, moving on. So you like also, because we need to get onto your business in a minute before we kind of run out of time. So there's lots of other things that you like doing. So you like music, you like classical music, but you also have techno music. There seems to be a bit of a difference between the two.
Yeah, huge one. But yes, it is because, yeah, since I was little, my parents put every time like classical music, and that is also why I liked as well to play the piano. I think that is more related to that side. But then for the side of techno, I think, yeah, it was more when I was at the university and I started hearing to that type of music. Yes.
All right, excellent. Right, so let's kind of fast forward a bit. I know we could talk about this all day and learn more about you and your strange eating habits and stuff. So, but anyway, let's move on. And about your business. So what made you come to Switzerland and St. Gallen and the university there? Could you tell us how that all came about?
Yeah, so, well, as I mentioned before, I made an internship in Germany. It was first an exchange, so I focus on the field of renewable energies. I am a mechanical engineer already. And then, yeah, when I made this internship, I realized that my passion was the side of renewable energies, and I wanted to do something in that area. And that is why I came back to Colombia and I finished my studies, and I did my bachelor thesis in the field of wind energy. So I designed an offshore wind farm in Colombia, in the Caribbean coast. And yeah, that project was something really innovative because in Colombia there is offshore wind farms, and there is just existing one in shore, but it is really small, and then it would be something really revolutionary to build such a project in Colombia. And then after making this project as my thesis, I applied to the START Fellowship program, that is where I am right now. And I won one of the 10 places for being part of the program with this project. So yeah, that is how I ended up here with my focus on renewable energies.
So how long have you been here now?
6 months already.
6 months, all right. And you like it?
Yes, I really like Switzerland. It's wonderful, landscapes is the best.
You want to stay in Switzerland or go back to Colombia?
No, I want to stay.
Oh, right. Okay. So your boyfriend is Swiss?
No, he's from Germany.
Oh, all right. Well, near enough so you can get married and stay here.
Well, that is too fast. Not at the
Okay. So you were kind of inspired from that project about like energy, to provide energy in Colombia from a pilot project. And now you, within kind of the Start Global Fellowship that you're in, then you started to form a team to provide what?
Yeah. So then when I came here, the objective of the program is to start a startup and then make the project not anymore just an idea, but convert it into something scalable. So then that is how the journey started. As my background was only mechanical engineer, super technical, then I needed to learn all the basics of business and really became the CEO since I am founding a company. So it has been great to learn all of that. And in that matter, yeah, then the idea, I realized that making an offshore wind farm was something that needs more experience, more money, and that for being scalable, then I would need to convert a company that is designing this type of projects. So then I saw an opportunity in creating a new startup with basically also a new idea. And it is what I am doing right now that is called 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗏.
Could you just say the name of the company again?
The name of my startup, 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗏.
Right. And how did you come about that name?
Yes, that's a great question. So innovation is like the first part of the word. And then verte in Spanish means see you. And as well means verde is green. So it is like a mix of those two words, see and green.
Okay, so Eva will understand that, won't you? She's from Spain.
Perfect explanation. Now that all makes sense and it's related, so that's great.
Thank you.
Have we got other Spanish-speaking people here?
I think we had.
I am.
All right.
Anna must be.
I'm from Colombia as well.
Ah, all right. You're from Colombia,
Yes.
but you know each other.
That's why
Nope.
They're neighbors, James. We just found out.
No, but I'm in the UK.
All right. Okay.
Hey, so you're here. Whereabouts in the UK?
In Milton Keynes.
All right.
With the stone cows.
It's close to London.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
And anyway, we digress. You can catch up later. We'll keep this open a bit afterwards, right? So you can catch up, and if you want to stay on and just chit chat after, right? Because it'd be nice to know about some of the people on this call as well. So anyway, Valentina, so where are you at the moment with your startup? So you've formed a team, and you've got a team.
Yes, at the beginning I was alone, but I started exactly searching for people who wanted to join this revolution of renewable energy to off-grid communities that I will explain in the second what we are doing. And then yes, now at the moment we are 4 in my team. We have one person from Argentina that is currently in Berlin, and he's focused on the product development. And then the other 2 members are from Colombia as well. And they are doing the website development and also the marketing side. But yeah, we need like someone more specific in that field of marketing, because this person has to leave sadly because of his studies. And yes, we are missing that part at the moment.
Okay, so your main challenges now at the moment, so you've got the team in place, but you're still looking for other team members?
Yes, exactly.
All right. And you've launched any projects now? I mean, you've got ongoing projects, or you've got a plan of how you're going to move forward?
Yes. Okay. So then I will explain first what we are doing, and then I can say about the action.
Okay.
So then in 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗏, what we're doing is connecting renewable energy projects with investment in order to impact off-grid communities. So those regions where there are no electricity at all.
Actually, what you should do is your elevator pitch.
Actually, it's very important to clarify that.
Actually, Valentina's at the moment. You have to create a video to pitch, right?
Yes,
as part of the competition. So you've spent a lot of time doing that. So you should be pitching to us.
Yes, exactly.
So what problem are you addressing then?
Yes, what I am trying to tackle is the lack of energy in those regions that are remote. In Colombia, for example, in the part of the Pacific coast, since we have two seas, there are many, in total, there are 1,700 villages that doesn't have energy. And in Latin America, in total, like 23 million people that doesn't have access. And
to any energy?
No energy.
23 million people have no access to any energy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Some of them have access to diesel plants, but they are working just 3 hours a day. And then, it is not what they need to supply their needs.
So your plan or idea or the startup is to provide solar energy?
Yes, we are using not only solar energy, there are also projects coming in wind energy and also biomass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But the ones that we have at the moment are mainly solar, yes.
Right. So you're working in. So the startup is to work in partnership with the technology provider as well for the solar, and I guess batteries as well. I guess lithium or type of batteries for storing energy.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So you're putting together all the partnerships, the team, and everything at the moment, and you're going to address the Colombian regions that don't any particular village or area to focus on first.
Yes, at the moment we have already one pilot project running, and it is in the region of the north in La Guajira, it's called. And in that area, it is a desertic zone where there is no drinkable water access. So we are creating a unit that will provide drinkable water through solar panels. And this is the pilot project, and it is already in the funding phase starting. And yeah, through our platform, what we are aiming to do is to reunite those investors and do it as a crowdfunding platform, so they can invest in the project that they want to support.
Okay, so at the moment, your biggest challenge is funding basically to accelerate your business.
Yes, exactly. We are already at the point of launching in 2 months. And then we need to do all the brand awareness and the marketing campaigns in order to give visibility to the platform and therefore the projects.
So I don't know anyone here that does branding, do you? On this call, anyone does branding?
No, I don't know anyone.
Right.
No, Valentina, in all sincerity, I could probably help you a little with that. Also, I have a client who actually is big into solar energy in the United States. They're owned by a major corporation out of Canada. So maybe there's an opportunity for us to talk about that. I don't know what their interest would be, but certainly worth having a conversation. And then from a marketing and branding perspective, love to help you.
Great. Thank you very much, Pete. That would be amazing.
Yeah, Pete's a good connection because he was a branding guy, and without going into his story, but worked for Coca-Cola and now does his own thing. So definitely worth connecting with. Right. So other people that you'd need. So what else? You mentioned about creating visibility, like social media stuff, and on the technology side as well. Anything there?
Well, we have already with someone that is doing all the web development. But still, it would be valuable to have someone that had already experience in this field of crowdfunding specifically for doing more the technical details in that matter.
Right. So this is where I kind of wanted. I'm glad that Dominic is also on the call, because Dominic is going through something similar, although I haven't spoken to him for a while, so I don't know where he is. But as far as crowdfunding, if Dominic, you're still there.
Yeah. 𝗓𝗡𝗏. It was a great platform. We successfully raised funds there.
Wow, amazing. And what is your platform focusing in, or?
No, it's 𝗓𝗏𝗏. It's a platform. It's based in Zurich. They are a crowdfunding platform, and so it's 𝗓𝗏𝗏.com. And basically, you could raise the money from the crowd for whatever your project is. Or, of course, they have other stuff, other platforms where it deals with crowd investing, but that's something else.
Okay, great. Yeah, that would be also super nice to connect with you.
Yep, I'll put it in the chat.
Right. So, Valentin, how much money do you need to raise then for the project?
Yes. For the project pilot is 9,000. But for 𝗓𝗏𝗏 to keep with the project sourcing and the marketing campaign and so on, we are working, aiming now to 100,000.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, I think I've got that in the back room somewhere. Right. Yeah. No, so the options are, you're going to go to investors and try investor pitching and see if you can get an investor on board.
Yes.
Or the alternative would be also, if you're not successful there, or as an alternative to do the crowdfunding route.
Yes, exactly.
Or have you? I'm sorry. Have you tried VentureKick?
No, I hadn't heard about that one.
Oh, okay, because you're based in Switzerland, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so try out Venture Kick as well. They have 10,000 as the first step, and then 40,000 is the next step, then 150,000 is the third step if you go through. Yeah. So it's a process, but you could look more into it. It's not like overnight, but it's an opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is something. I mean, Dominic, it's good that you're on this call because you've kind of gone down that route already with your own business, which we could hear you as a guest speaker another time. So don't tell us anything about what you're doing.
Okay, no problem. I'll keep my mouth shut. Next time.
But yeah, I mean, for what you've done and the route you've gone down is probably helpful to a lot of people. I don't know with Simone if you would need something like that as well, or that'd be interesting to you, or anyone else that's a startup looking for an alternative way for funding. Because Dominic really went into detail on that.
Almost on the same journey, because I'm also in Switzerland, in Zurich exactly, and my startup will do a crowdfunding in 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah, I can't give you all the experience because we haven't done it yet, but we're definitely on the same journey.
Okay, excellent. So this is something that, as I said, moving forward, don't just have this kind of 1 hour, then see what we can do collectively after, and then see how we can help one another, because there'll be other people that would want this information, and how we can help stimulate and help each other grow. So in the essence of time now, maybe Valentina, have you got any questions to the audience? Of the audience now, because we want this to be interactive, have you got any questions to Valentina? Paul has one. So Paul from Durban, South Africa.
Hi, Valentina. The technology that you've developed, is it new technology? And who owns the technology? Is it Swiss owned, or who owns it?
Who owns it? Sorry.
Who owns it? Who owns the technology?
Yes. What we are doing at the moment is that each project developer is the one who will own the technology. And what we are doing, just providing the funds, and then they will be on charge of building and then operating the technology.
So wherever the project lands, that will be the owner of that technology.
Exactly.
I have a friend in Germany. She runs a state company that provides services, a state-owned company that provides services to the German industry. And she focuses on renewable energy. I don't know if I could hook you up with her. She's a good lady.
Thank you. Yes, that would be also super useful. Thank you very much, Paul.
I'll try.
Thank you.
Right. So any questions from anyone else? Or have you got similar struggles?
Meanwhile, if someone wants to say a question, I would also like to say where we're standing. A part of that pilot project, we have another 8 projects in the pipeline. We are working with universities as innovation hotspots. So we have already 3 partnerships in Colombia. And yeah, the projects are mainly coming from research that they are doing. And also we have a validation with more than 58 potential investors that we have been doing a lot of surveys and interviews to get to know more our customer and see how are we going to tackle them and really find the people that is willing to invest in this type of projects.
Yeah. So although these projects are initially in Colombia, I mean, the technology and the way that you do it could be used anywhere, but you have to start somewhere. And obviously because you're from Colombia and you have a passion for the people and you want to help them, then that's why you started there.
Yes, another reason why is because also I know already the ecosystem there, and I know where are the communities that most needed the most, and also the project sourcing field is important.
Yeah, and if you get hungry, there's plenty of ants.
Yeah, and afterwards I am aiming to expand it in Latin America. That is also something important. The platforms that are doing it right now, are mainly in Africa, and that is something important as well.
So will you work with different, I mean, once you've kind of got the solution together, you'll stay with the same people that provide that, or can you mix and match depending on the region and the technology? I mean, you can just be agnostic to any type of technology company to work with, or will it always be the same team that you take everywhere?
No, the idea is that anyone can put their project. So we do a feasibility assessment. Of course, they need to present the project. We first review it, and then they can be allowed to be in the platform. But the idea is to work with as many people as are able to do those type of projects. Okay.
So at the moment, where are you in the Start Global? I mean, in the program, you've finished your 1 year kind of fellowship or whatever, and then what happens after that?
Great question. Yes, we are already in the final stage. Next week, actually, is the final pitch, and then we will present the startups to the investors. So yes, that is the goal at the moment. And afterwards, what we are aiming is to continue growing in 𝗬𝗘𝗘𝗞. And of course, yes, as I mentioned, to search for team members and also advisors to join, and keep working on the start.
Okay, excellent. So, any questions to Valentina about startup? No questions? Right. So, any questions to the audience?
Yes, in terms of what I was mentioning of this type of crowdfunding platforms, I would like to know how many of you have already used a crowdfunding platform to fund some project.
Yes, I've used one, as I said earlier. Yeah.
Was it successful?
Yes, it was a successful campaign. We was attempting to raise funds for a prototype, and then we done so. But I would give advice on that, which is, or a little bit, you have to secure the first 30%.
Yes.
With your inner friends and family. And then the outside support stakeholders will come in once that 30% is secured in the first week. So I think the most important thing is the internal network, build inner. It starts with the mom, and then it goes out, or dad. You know, depending on your situation. And then it builds out. So yeah, I think I highly recommend it. But you seem like you have a very great campaign, and you can give back nice rewards to your fans, because it's not like a donation base, it's a reward base. So you have to come up with interesting gifts and things like that, rewards for your supporter, and then they can follow your journey, your story, and so forth. But as long as you're confident with the 30%, when you're ready, then that's when you know, like, okay, I'm ready for crowdfunding. I take the leap of faith. It's scary, but I'm doing it.
So that 30% depends on how much you're asking for, doesn't it? So I mean, the 30% that you have to find would be, I mean, obviously 30% of whatever value that you want. So how much were you asking for, Dominic? Or
mine was a entry. It's 5,000.
All right.
Because that's all that we needed. Didn't want to overfund to 25,000 or anything like that, because we just didn't need that. This was a way to get experience and also find out about the, to get more people to follow the journey and be part of the project. Yeah.
Okay, so not a lot to start with then, but
right.
enough to get people engaged and follow, as you said.
Like for example, was she trying to raise a certain amount? Was it 10,000, for example, or? Yeah, 10,000 is like the most successful amount.
Yes, I have also researched about that. And yeah, for example, our projects are mainly about 50,000 in average. But it is because there is just one that is really out of like expensive, 150. But the rest of them are mostly between 50, 10 and 20, yes.
Nice.
Okay, so what we'll do is, I mean, we'll hook you up together afterwards, and maybe Dominic, you can share some of these links that Valentina can see and check out as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, so Valentina, anything else that you want to add?
In terms of questions or
questions or needs or anything?
Yes. Yeah, I would love if you could go to the platform. It is 𝗬𝗢𝗘𝗏.com. And yes, I will do it in the chat. And yeah, like really sign up. It is the option already. And to see, like have your emails. And then can I do some surveys and see what is the experience that you have in the platform? That would be great as feedback for us to improve what we have done already.
Excellent. People, if they want to follow, they can follow you as well and join your journey, see how you're getting on, seeing the progression you're making, learn more about the projects and everything else.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm really happy to receive some feedback, and also if you are interested in any project or have questions, that would be great.
Or if anyone knows someone that can help out, or there'd be an interest, or
yes, exactly. Yeah, that would be.
And then also if you can then list out kind of just a recap maybe in the chat as well, and then we can share that of what it is that you really need. I mean, you talk about visibility, branding, and yeah, other things, and funding, obviously. So if you can just recap on those things, and then people can see if they can help out or know someone that can.
Yes. So then, yeah, what we are needing at the moment are 4 things. First is the capital to set the platform and start the marketing campaign and the launching. The second one is partnership and cooperation with renewable energy companies that are in the sector and that they want to promote this transition for off-grid communities. Then the third part would be the team members, someone specifically in this marketing experience, also in social media campaigns, and yeah, for crowdfunding would be great. And then the fourth milestone would be the mentorship. It would be great to receive advice from, in both marketing and so in the side of crowdfunding and renewable energy as well. Yes.
Yeah, I think Dominic can be a mentor on that. Crowdfunding mentor.
I've never heard that before, but that's a good one.
Yeah, that could be a good role for you, a crowdfunding mentor. You guide people through to get crowdfunding and take your percentage, of course. Right. So anyway, we're just kind of coming up to time. So we can use this to now just to wrap up, or if people want to stay on and just chit chat and we get to know people, then that's okay. So any closing words? Valentina, you were our 41st guest. So congratulations. I will share this recording with you. So I normally put it through to YouTube, and then we make it available, so then you can share that. Also with your co-founders as well, because they're mainly in Colombia. So you can share that with them. And yeah, if you want to be our next guest, or not our next one, because we're already fully booked until July actually now. Some very exciting people coming along. So, but if you want to be a guest, then let me know, and then we'll just schedule a Friday that works, and then we can learn about you and your story. And for those that want to stay on just to chit chat for a little bit longer, then we can. So Valentina, once again, thank you very much for sharing your story and giving us an insight into what you're doing. I think it's fantastic. I mean, I can't believe the numbers. When you said earlier, also you said that there's 780 million people on the planet that don't have access to any form of electricity. which we just take it for granted that you get up in the night and you can switch the light on and flush the toilet and things like that, and these people can't in today's 21st century, and people haven't got that privilege. So I mean, I love what you're doing. I think it's great, and I think people should be invested in these types of projects. And so on that note, if there's anyone that wants to stay here, we can just do some chit chat, and those now that want to drop off are fine to have a great weekend, and then you're welcome this time next week for our mystery guest to see who they are. Right, Marta, you need to go.
Yes, thank you very much. This was a great first show that I've attended, and I'm looking forward to being a regular.
Yeah, actually, Dominic is also the ambassador for Internations in Bern. So yeah, Eva comes from Internations as well. I brought her across.
Yes.
And so there's a few people that have come from Internations to come here. I mean, as well as, not that they're leaving one to join another, but I mean, in several places. But I mean, this is a great way. It is something different and something that we want to do to encourage like more visibility for people that want to grow their business or just to get to know people, because it's very interesting, particularly what startups are doing. And most of the time we have no idea.
Yes, that's true.
We also do a special. We're doing an Easter special, right? So an Easter special will be something that we just get on and we just have some fun. We did a Valentine's special where we asked Eva help facilitate that, and she put together tons of questions, and then it kind of play a competition with each other, and then so you could answer the question. If you name a movie, and this is a phrase from a movie, what movie was it? Or you sing a song and stuff like that. So we're going to also do an Easter special. And these things are just around different themes. I mean, that would be the Easter theme and whatever. So you're welcome to join these as well, which I'm waiting for Eva to come with some ideas, because she's going to be hosting that as well with me.
Sounds great. Yeah, I would love to join as well.
Look forward to that, definitely.
Yeah, that also might be a different time, because Friday, it's Good Friday, and maybe people don't want to do it on Good Friday, so we might have to move it to Thursday.
Good Thursday is a good one.
Yeah. Even better Thursday.
It's April 1st anyway, so maybe you can.
That is very tempting. That's a good one. I like it. Thank you.
Well, I wish everybody a good Friday. And Valentina, we will also maybe connect. Also have LinkedIn as well. And then we could go forward from there with any tips. Thank you, James. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Dominic, for coming. Hope to see you soon.
Valentina, quick question. You're not on Antnest yet. How can we reach you?
Yes, I will put my LinkedIn now.
Oh, okay, you have it LinkedIn. Okay.
And I thought that my account was already created in Antnest. Is it not working?
Right. But okay, you're going to join Antnest, aren't you?
Okay, I will check that then. But yeah, meanwhile, I will send here my LinkedIn. And then, yes, I think James can also provide my contact in
okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so
you already connected this morning.
Yes.
I think. Just have you seen? I just wrote a link in there in the chat of Off-Grid Europe.
Yes, actually, James told me about it like this morning.
Oh, okay, because James is my neighbor, so yeah, I told him this morning. It's actually the cousin of my wife, one of the founder, and her husband. They're running this company. Okay. Maybe you can connect to them, because they're actually in kind of the same business, maybe as a technical supplier. I don't know. They do really amazing stuff. And yeah, maybe you can visit them. They're in Germany, just next to Lake of Constance.
Okay, yes.
And actually, they're living in kind of a castle. They're in the complex that belongs to a castle. They have their flat there. It's
Wow.
very beautiful where they live.
Great. Yeah, thank you very much. I am looking out the platform now. And yes, it looks super good for making a partnership. And yeah, I think they are more focusing the technical side, like what you mentioned. But will be great, definitely. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah. See, that's the beauty of having these calls. I don't have all the answers, but other people do. So
great.
It's great to network with them so you can help one another. And yeah, I'm trying to share a link. It keeps defaulting to the Zoom link and not the link I want to share.
Actually,
so,
I was curious about this afternoon because I am from St. Gallen, and obviously because I'm from there, I studied there as well.
But then how long ago are you done with your studies?
Oh, now it's 13 years ago. No, stop. 9 years ago.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, as I said, Philip, his eldest son, goes to school with my twins, so we see each other.
We walked our kids to school every morning.
So, yes, but it's interesting because, yeah, I said, oh, my guest is going to be Valentina, and she's talking about like renewable energy and solar and whatever, and that's it. Just in a conversation, simple conversation, and then you can connect people. Yes. So yeah, but also join 𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏. I sent you the link as well, not the Zoom one, but the link below that in the chat. And if you're not already in 𝗦𝗧𝗏, oh, this is also for Lily, right? To join 𝗦𝗧𝗏, because I spoke with Lily earlier today, and I think this is a great place that you can meet some fantastic people. I think everyone else here is on 𝗦𝗧𝗏 already. Or I dragged them across, right? but this is something we also do a perfecting your pitch event, so every month, so you can practice your pitch and get feedback from 3 panel experts. I'm one of them, and it's great because you learn so much, and there's so many kind of free things like this that yeah, just connecting with one person can make a huge difference to your business.
Totally agree.
And Dominic, it was his first time, so he's, as I said, ambassador for Internations in Bern, and I only got to meet him last year or the year before at some events, and I think he's a cool guy, and he's got his own ideas, and I'm not going to share too much about it because I want him to be a guest, but he can also bring people across, and we just create this community, and it's fun.
Yes.
James, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
My chat thing is not working on Zoom. I don't know. I think it's my keyboard or something. I have to. My computer is acting like a woman that is not listening to me. But I wanted to find out who's the guy from Joburg. You mentioned a guy from Joburg in the audience.
He didn't join. Which is a pity because I just spoke with him earlier, and yeah, I will definitely, yeah, his name. I'll send you his link on LinkedIn, right? And then you'll see, and you connect with him, right?
So should I book now on my spot? Because I feel like if I don't book it, I run out of options.
Yeah, book it. The thing is,
next year.
The thing is, we're fully booked now up until July. Right, with a different guest, unless someone drops out, and then you can leap forward. But Lily's also going to take a slot, aren't you?
Let's so we book a date, and I'll book it now on my calendar.
Lily's going to be a guest, aren't you?
You said that you are fully booked until July. How is that possible?
Because there's someone that wants every week we do it. Someone says, "Oh yeah, I want to be a guest," so then I slot them in. Then another one and another one, right? Or
can you imagine?
It's a popular platform. It's
I could be a guest for December. That's fine.
Actually, some of them I got them to move because we had an event, or I forgot I was going on holiday and couldn't do that, and then I'd already booked them in, so I've had to ask them to move, which becomes a problem because then they have to move several months. So,
by the way, James, I signed up for May 7, but you haven't confirmed it yet.
Oh, don't tell me that if I haven't confirmed, because then
You know, you offered me May 7. I said yes, and then nothing.
Okay. Right. Ooh.
Why haven't you offered it to me? You keep saying Paul doesn't book, but then you don't want to book.
Right. Let me just check. I'll just check here. So if May the 7th, right? Let's just see who's down for that. Oh yeah, I've got you in there.
Okay, cool.
Right. That's still on. Okay.
So you have a like a pre-discussion before, or how you do that usually? Because you have an
so I sent
of notes or something already.
Yeah, so yeah. Maybe I can stop recording this now, right? Because you don't want this on your recording, right?
I'm sorry because I need to